Coming up on Look Today, well, the Taste of Malta featured over 20 restaurants at the HVCC TechSmart campus to showcase the many dishes available in the area. More on that coming up. And traps are set in trees in Saratoga and Glens Falls to stop an invasive species. Got details on that. Plus, we have much more about the Saratoga County Fair. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm J. Hood Jackson, and this is Look Today. In tonight's program, I sit down with Ashley Jeffrey Book. She's the Executive Director of Girls, Inc., and she's here to talk about empowering young women. Good interview. And I also sit down with Will Severin. He's a co-founder of the Creative Place International, and we're joined by Mary Jane Hansen, and she's a director and playwright, and they're here to talk about an upcoming play called Guardians of the Treasure, another great interview. But first, we've got these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, the 8th annual Taste of Malta featured more than 20 restaurants. The event took place at the Hudson Valley TechSmart campus in Malta, where more than 20 restaurants showcased and sampled many of their dishes. Well, we were at the event and we spoke to Karen McGowan. She's the chairwoman for the Taste of Malta event.
Well, the Taste of Malta is an event that the MBPA designed to introduce our members, our hospitality and other business members to the community in a very fun and engaging manner. And then the funds that we raise go to support the early college and high school program that happens right here at TechSmart.
Hi, Karen. In other news, well, if you happen to notice purple prisms hanging from trees in Glens Falls and Saratoga areas, don't be alarmed. They're there to protect the trees. The emerald ash borer has been spotted in our upstate region, and they're eating our ash trees. Well, the traps have been proven to be successful at keeping the insects away. What is it about purple prisms? I like purple prisms. Andrew likes purple prisms. Drew likes purple prisms. Well, in the upcoming days, we'll give you a more insightful look into the issue of this invasive species. How's that for a story? All right, switching from news to weather. After a couple of cool days, temperatures are expected to heat up again in the next few days. Let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at our weather. And back to the news. Well, yesterday, the Saratoga County Fair opened with a grand ceremony, a grand ribbon cutting ceremony. The State Agricultural Commissioner Richard Ball was at the event to make the announcement that $5 million will go towards Capital State Fair projects. Well, the Saratoga County Fair is expecting to receive $100,000, which, according to Jeff, is going to go toward building a new cattle barn. Well, every day, as you know, this week, we're giving you an insightful, fun, and exciting look at the history and all the fun things that are happening as a fair as we celebrate 175 years.
In 1842, 46 families representing all of Saratoga County joined together to organize the first Saratoga County Fair.
In the 1800s, following the Civil War, man became more fascinated with the act of soaring high above the ground in a balloon. The idea of taking flight in a man-made object truly fascinated aspiring aeronauts of the time. The Saratoga Agricultural Society soon caught on to the idea of having a balloon exhibition and recruited Mr. John LeMountain for the job. With the assistance of a truck, the balloon was towed up to the fairgrounds, where Mr. John LeMountain took to the skies, impressing the spectators that watched in awe as he climbed above the trees and disappeared into the distance. Today at the Saratoga County Fairgrounds, there are no longer balloon demonstrations during the fair, but the Saratoga Balloon and Craft Festival, which is held at the fairgrounds, attracts thousands from the local area.
So we're back at the fair and we have stuff going on all the time, but I want to mention all the free shows that we have. We have Robinson's Racing Pigs, we have a Grizzly show, we have Incapable Hands, Lance Gifford, we have chainsaw demonstrations, the Axe Women, and so much more. And at night, you do not want to miss the Demo Derby. One of my favorite things here, I think I drive like that, but The other thing, the big band from the Berkshires, they've won Best Band 5 years in a row. Whiskey City's going to be here tonight at 7:30. So don't forget to come to the fair. Kids get in free, 5'2" and under, and we want to see you. If I don't, you know what's going to happen.
Don't you love it? I was at the fair yesterday. It was amazing. You have to go to the Saratoga County Fair. All right, up next, I sit down with Ashley Jeffrey Book. She's the executive director of Girls Inc., and she's here to talk about empowering young women. Plus, I also sit down with Will Severin. He's a co-founder of the Creative Place International. And we're joined by Mary Jane Hansen, and she's a director and playwright. They're here to talk about an upcoming play, Guardians of the Treasure. Very interesting interview. But first, if you've seen what's happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I got a couple of lookouts tonight. And the first one, I have to kind of apologize up front. I was in Lake George Village today, went inside this great sunglass shop. The two women inside there said, "Oh, you're from Look TV?" I got their business card because I wanted to give them a lookout tonight, and I lost the business card. But I think it was Marianne Labruzzo. I think that's her name. And I'm sorry, but if you're on Canada Street in downtown Lake George, you got to look at this sunglass place. They got a great selection of stuff. Okay, second one goes to two viewers in Hudson Falls, Bob and Lorraine. They watch the program all the time, and I just have one thing to say to them: put down the fork. Inside joke. Tonight on Look TV, it's a Saratoga City Council meeting. It's a new one. We taped it last night. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.